The Madlanga Commission will continue to hear evidence from witnesses in relation to the allegations made by General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi. Let's join our SABC News team of Ayanda, Nyathi and Canny Maphanga now live from Pretoria. And Ayanda, good morning. And of course, they're with Canny. Yesterday, more on the political killings task team, General Khumalo telling the Commission that he basically just affirming once again that he was not consulted in any way, shape or form before that letter of disbandment of the 31st of December. But talk to us about all of that and, of course, what's to be expected.
Yeah, good morning, Sakina. Welcome back to a rather overcast Bridget Mabandla Justice College in the country's capital. Yesterday, Dumsani Khumalo wrapped up his testimony, and you're right, a considerable amount of time was spent with him outlining how, like many other people we've heard from already, was taken by surprise when that 31st of December letter was issued by now suspended Minister Senzo Mkhunu. In fact, he spent some time speaking about how it was a festive time for a lot of people in South Africa and not him because of the impact that that letter had. At some stage alluding to the language used in the letter and how that ultimately had an impact on specifically members of the political killings task team. As you've mentioned, Canny Maphanga is our senior reporter who's been with us from the very beginning. You've seen us come and go, Canny. Yes. Great to catch up with you again as we make sense of this moment. A lot of time yesterday, Dumsani Khumalo spending going through the minutes of that inter-ministerial committee. Help us place the role of this committee in context and why it was important for the committee to spend so much time going through that information.
Indeed. So those IMC minutes are important because they give us a context to the role and the mandate of this political killings task team. We see through the minutes how it started off as this national task team and then how they honed down their responsibilities and their objectives and how they need to work with other police units in order to deliver on this concern of the political related killings in the KZN province. So it shows you the importance of why this unit was needed. But what is being highlighted through those IMC minutes that were declassified and then put through the commission is that at no point is there any suggestion that this PKTT or this group that has been formed or established is not needed in the current political landscape. In fact, it bolsters the need for that political killings task team, and at no point do you see concerns about the IMC stating that it's no longer needed or it doesn't serve a purpose. It speaks to this overall question as to what informed the police minister's decision to disband the PKTT, because it's coming off as a fast-tracked decision that doesn't consult anyone involved in the, the roles of the PKTT, and it also extends to the IMC not having full knowledge of what the minister was decision was going to be taken. And it also informs the, the background that the minister didn't even relate to that information before taking a decision, which leaves a question in the air as to what was the alleged influence behind the disbandment of the PKTT and why such a decision needed to be taken in this jovial spirit of the festive season where most people were actually not at work and could not deal with the request that was taking place, and why did it need to be so fast-tracked regarding the disbandment of a PKTT team that, according to the minutes, was necessary, and the resolutions, it's clear that they were going to keep expanding or extending the mandate of the PKTT. So a lot of questions remain for the police minister as to what information informed you when you took that decision.
Absolutely. Very quickly, Canny, we don't know who the new witness is today, but yesterday we sat here till quite late because we're actually expecting Dumsani Khumalo in court today.
Yes, indeed. To continue with one of those matters that he's in court for regarding the HR processes in that particular Office of Intelligence and how, how the funds would have been utilized. But of course, we've heard evidence from the commission and the witnesses before that this case was sort of an alleged witch hunt against Khumalo, a way to get at him as the project lead for the PKTT, because we've already heard evidence that they mistook the PKTT as the ones that had arrested these alleged cartel members that they allegedly intend to shield, but instead this was an investigation of counterintelligence with the support of the PKTT. We understand that the magistrate there has already requested to recuse himself from this matter and with respect to the allegations that have already made here before the Madlanga Commission, but of course that is being opposed by the state. So it remains to be seen why it's being opposed and why it is in the interest of justice for him to remain on that matter.
Absolutely, Canny Maphanga. Thanks very much indeed. Many moving parts. We're watching all of them for you here from the Bridget Mabandla Justice College. This time, we're set to begin at 10 o'clock. As soon as there's any information around who's likely to take a stand, catch it first here on the SABC News Channel. Sakina?